it's Ellie and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Smashbox Shapematters palette. I got this palette about 4 months ago, just before my birthday in December, and I've loved it. I've been using the palette for 4 months now, without fail, and I really think it's important to do a review of this palette. I've used it for about 4 months so that I could do a really in-depth review about it, because I just cannot rave enough about this palette. This palette cost me £59. I have looked and it is still retailing for about the same price, which is the higher end of the expense. But for me, I feel because it's got your brows, your contour, your highlight, your eyes, I think in a way you are kind of saving money, because you've got a lot of things that you'd have to buy on separate palettes in the one palette itself. So you are saving money in that you're only having to buy the one palette. You're not having to get lots of little palettes in order to create the things that you include in this palette. So the packaging itself is really sturdy. It is a matte black case all the way around. This just shows you what's inside. Matte black case, and then obviously Smashbox is in like a glossy writing. It's really sleek, really nice. The one thing I would comment on is the fact that because it's matte black, you tend to find it does tend to get a little bit dirty sometimes. So like when you're putting your makeup on, I tend to find I'm always wiping concealer off it, because as you can see now it does show up dirt pretty well, so it means you do have to clean it a little bit more if, like me, you like to keep your makeup nice and clean. So again, on the back it just shows you what you get inside and what is included in the palette. So in the palette then you're getting a mirror just there, and I love a mirror in a palette. I hate it when you get a palette and there's no mirror, because it's like, for me, a palette is something that I can, especially a palette this size, a palette is something that I can take with me, but if I've then got to go bring a mirror as well, then it's just a little bit annoying. So this is your eyebrow section. Now you have an eyebrow wax, you have a colour called taupe and a colour called soft brown. I tend to use the soft brown for my eyebrows because my hair at the moment is quite dark. I went through a phase of having pastel lavender hair, and I tended to use the taupe just because my eyebrows didn't need to be as dark, because my hair was a lot lighter. But sometimes what I'll do is they're very good mixed together, because they can create a shade in between. The wax is really good. I've found I tend to have eyebrows that don't like to stay where they are, so if you put the wax on before putting the eyebrow colour on, it does tend to stay there all day. I've done 12-hour shifts and my eyebrows have still been as they are when I've put them on, because of the wax. What I would say is I like using these colours as well as an eyeshadow, because sometimes I like just a really neutral eye, and I think using the taupe, just this one here, up until your crease and really blending it out, and then putting this one just in that crease, it creates a really subtle smoky eye that is so wearable throughout the day. So for me, that is very there's multi uses for the eyebrow bit. So moving across then, you have the, I'm trying to turn it the right way around because otherwise I'm confusing myself. So this one here is your contour, this one is your bronze, just here, this one is your glow, and this one is your highlight. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swatch the bronze on the back of my hand. I actually have the bronze on at the moment just here. I tend to, if I'm being honest, I tend to contour with the bronze, because I found that because I'm quite pale, sometimes the one that is used for contour, that they give you for contour, can tend to make me look a little bit orange, so I tend to stick to quite neutral pale colours. So this is the bronze, and then I'll do swatch of the contour just next to it. So obviously this one's a contour and this one's the bronze, and obviously you can see this one's a lot paler, so I do tend to find that that one works better for me as a contour. So next is the highlight, which is this one here, sorry. Again, I tend to use this one, just this one here, this is your highlight. I tend to use this one just under my eyebrow. To be fair, I haven't really used the blur as of yet, because to me, like when I've looked at it, it is a matte like cream ivory powder, and I haven't really found a use for it yet. But again, the palette is meant for everyone, so people are going to find different uses for the different shades and colours in the palette. So for me, the highlight works really well just under here, just under the arch of the eyebrow, coming down. It works really well, and just on top of the cupid's bow, just a little bit down the nose as well, works really well as a highlight, just if you want to really emphasise that when you're contouring. So moving on to the eyeshadows then, there are lots of amazing colours, and what Smashbox is amazing at doing is putting colours together. So as you can see, the colours are in 3 sections. These colours all work really well just under your eyebrow if you're going with the middle colours. The middle colours work really well just on the lid of the eye up until your crease, blend it out really well. And then these obviously your darker ones. Sometimes I'll use this dark brown one, it's been my absolute favourite. It is called, let me look, it's upside down so it's really confusing. It's called Sumatra, and I've used this one so many times, and sometimes I will use it instead of the eyebrow, on my eyebrow when I want them to be a little bit darker. But obviously that is one of my favourites, this combination here, and I will do a tutorial on that if people are wanting to see that, because it is probably the look I use most days. This one in the middle, I tend to use this one here with this one. They work really well together. It is the aubergine, which is the purpley one, just really blended out into the crease, and then it's platinum just over the lid, really worked out again. These colours are really good to blend, they're really nice and pigmented, and again they stay on all day. I use Primer Potion by Urban Decay, and I've not ever had an issue with any of these shades. They've all stayed on, and I can't fault them really. For me, these colours are all perfect, and I have a use for all of them. The one I would say I've used the least of is the pink one here, which is called Posh. And the reason I probably use this one is because I have quite red tones in my face anyway, so I tend to find sometimes if I'm using that one, it can make me look a little bit blushed and a little bit like red, so I tend to kind of stay away from pink eyeshadows, but that's not a fault of the palette. Again, like I said, the palette's got to appeal to a range of people, and everybody's going to look different in different shades and colours, and different eyeshadows suit different people. So yeah, I really can't fault this palette at all. I think it is one of those palettes I use every single day without fault, whether it's just for my eyebrows or just for my contour or just for my bronzer. At least every day I will use this palette for one of those things, so I think it's an amazing palette that you all need to check out. At the moment I am doing videos twice a week. At the minute I work shifts, so I never know what days I'm going to be working and what days I'm not, so it changes from week to week, but my aim is 2 videos a week, and if I can stick to that I'll be very happy. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Leave your comments below. The next video I'm going to be doing some university and school essentials. So if you want to watch that, subscribe, like and comment. See you later guys.